Hello everyone and welcome to the GA4 2024 updates. My name is Akshit and I'm a digital analytic consultant at Softlyric and I'm specialized in Google and Adobe marketing platforms. And at Softlyric, I work with clients to provide them with data-driven decisions so that they can achieve their business objective more efficiently. So since we are almost at the mid of June and the end of quarter two and in the beginning of quarter three, the objective of this video is to provide you with a recap of all the updates that came for GA4 starting from 2024 till date. And hopefully this is going to help you get more familiar with GA4 UI as well as the features that we are going to provide you with. So before we get started, just an heads up, the July 1st is going to be the last day for Universal Analytic 360. So all the users who are out there using the Universal Analytic 360 platform, it's the high time to migrate to GA4 so that you can still have your reports and access to the historic data. So let's get started. January 2024. The very first update or the announcement that they made in January was they deprecated few of the features and reports of Universal Analytic 360. So let me show you the official document that they provided us. And here, so over here, if you see, they have provided a list of reports that they deprecated in January 29, and these were real-time report, lifetime value report, model explorer, cohort analysis, iTunes conversion probability reports. But on the alternate side, they provided the similar reports to these one in GA4. Like GA for real time, you have the GA4 real time report. For lifetime value, you have the GA4 user lifetime exploration and so on. So you don't have to worry about like how you're gonna access the similar reports that you were using in Universal Analytics. Moving on to the another update, audience creation in Google Ads. So you all might be aware about the Google creating audiences in GA4. So let me show you. If you go to the admin and then under the data display, you have your audiences. So you can create your audiences in GA4 right over here. But now and then you can shift these to the Google Ads for remarketing purpose or other campaign purpose. But now what they did, you can directly create these audiences in your Google Ads account. So let me show you how you can do that. So over here, we have a Google Ads account. All you have to do is go to go to tools. Under the shared library, you have audience manager. Under the audience manager, you can click upon plus icon, select Google Analytics, and then select the property from which you want to access the audience data. So if I click upon this, I will receive this message over here. Then once I click upon continue, I will get a similar panel that I used to get in GA Audience Builder console. So over here, if you see, we have the audience builder over here. I click upon it and new audience. So this is the panel that I receive in GA4, and this is the panel that I receive in Google's ad account. Now, one thing that you have to keep in mind, and these are, you can say, the prerequisites that you must follow is the first one is the obvious. Your GA4 account must be connected to your Google Ads account. The second one is important. You must have at least marketer level of access for the GA4 property that you are going to connect with your Google Ad account. So let me show you how you can see that. So if you are on your analytic accounts under the admin, you have your product links and then Google Ad links. Once you click upon it, you can see all the access that you have. So just make sure that you have either the admin or the editor or at least the marketer level if you want to access the audience builder in your Google Ad account. In case if you are not able to access this particular property over here, just remember that you might not be having the access as a marketer or as a editor, or might be that way. So you have to contact with the person who will have the access to these user permissions. Moving on to another update in product help in GA4. So this is more of a user enablement update that they have provided. Basically, if you go to your Google Analytic reporting part, so in the reporting, you have this small question icon over here, and if you click over here, they're going to present you with few options over here. That is, learn about this page, get more help, send feedback. Let me click upon the home part first. So they have learned about this page, start to get more help, and send feedback. So if you click upon learn about this page, it is basically going to provide you with a small scorecard with a summary of that particular page. So this feature is more useful for those users who are new to the analytic platform. So they can simply go to any of the report they want and simply click upon the question icon and look at what that report is all about and about that features. The another one is the Start Auto. So it is basically providing you a walkthrough on your analytic platform, and the remaining two are the old one. That is, Get More Help will simply going to take you to the documentation part, and the Send Feedback is if you have any query or any issue that you might have came across your platform, you can send feedback to the Google support team. Now let's move to the February 2024 updates. In February 2024, the first update was GA4 increased the event parameter value character limit from 100 to 500, and that was specifically for Google Analytics 360 users. So again, let's go to their documentation that we have. Okay, here it is. So if you go to this documentation, you can see the difference between GA4 standard property and GA4 360 properties. If you scroll down over here, you can see the length of event parameter, which is 100 characters for the standard property. It is 500 characters for the 360 properties, and I believe it might be 100 characters earlier, which was updated to 500 characters. If you want to learn more in depth about the difference between standard and 360 property, you can follow the link in the description that we have provided. Trend change detection. Yeah. So this update came, it is more of a insight update. Basically, so trend change is basically if any subtle change that happens on your website and it has a long lasting impact and on your KPIs. So this is where it is going to help you. If you go to your analytic account and you go to any of the reports, you can access those trend detection in the insight panel. So right over here you have the insights, or over here. So if you click upon this, if there are any trend detections that appears that GA4 detects in your platform in your property, it is going to present you over here. Currently, we are in the demo account of Google Merchandise Store, so there might not be any trend changing happening over here. That's why we are not seeing anything. But just remember that it might look like this. The key difference between anomaly detection and trend change is that anomaly detection focuses on sudden spike and drops in your data, whereas trend detection focuses on subtle changes over long period of time. So let's just say that you made some changes on your website, or any of your link got broken on the website which was important to you, and you might not be able to detect it immediately, but over a long period of time, that trend detection is going to detect it and tell you that this particular thing is impacting your data. Advertising section update. So in GA4, in order to improve the uh, in order to improve your marketing, or you can say your ROI decision making, Google updated their entire advertising section and consolidated number of reports over there. So this time when you go to your advertising section, you will see advertising snapshot, which will provide you a quick overview of your top advertising KPIs or performance. In the advertising section, you have a conversion performance report that focus specifically upon the conversions that you have set in your Google ad account. Then you have the attribution section where it provides you attribution path and attribution model report. Now, attribution model report allow you to learn how different touch points can contribute to the conversion credit to each key event and revenue. And for the attribution path, it provides you how customer or how likely a customer going to touch different channels before it get converted. For the planning collection, and there is one another, that is publisher collection, which is not appearing over here. There are prerequisite, and that is for the in order to show the reports in planning section, you must connect your uh, Google ad or maybe display at 360 accounts to your GA4 property. And for the publisher account, you have to connect your Google AdSense or Google Ad Manager account. And these report basically provide you how your campaigns are performing, which you are running on different ads platforms. Analytic 360 advertising features, including these reports that are marketing, conversion export, and bidding optimization, and remaining all of these, they got deprecated from the European economic areas. So let me show you the official documentations that they provided. Over here, if you see, March 2024, these were the reports that they have deprecated. That is the remarketing, conversion, export, and bidding optimization, sending data to BigQuery from your Google advertising products, publisher reports for phone analytics, and all of these. But they have already provided you the alternative to these reports in GA4 platform. So you can simply migrate to that platform and start using it. We highly we highly recommend all our users to migrate to GA4 before 1st of July so that they can retain their historic data. In case you are having trouble in migrating to GA4, you can connect with us and we will help you not only in setting up your GA4 account, but also help you in retaining your UA data based on best practices to ensure that you have up-to-date reports. You can simply visit our website, that is softwareic.com, and request for a consultation. Moving on to the other update, GA4 renamed conversions as key events. So the purpose of doing so was to streamline the calculation between the two platforms. Once you transfer your key events, once you transform your events into key events, then you can import them into Google Ads, which is marked as conversions. Let me show you. So if you go to your Google Analytic account, in the admin, you have events. And then out of these events, you can mark the essential one as key events, and they're going to appear under the key event table. Now over here, you can see we have a generate lead and purchase as key event. Now you can import these key events into Google Ads account. Under the goals, you have conversions, and in summary, you have new conversion action. If you click upon this, click upon import Google Analytic for property, and then the type of application you want. If you want to import from web, click upon continue. Now, in this table, you are going to see all the key events which have not been marked as conversion yet. So since I have already imported two events over here, that is the generate lead and purchase, they're not appearing over there. And once they're in Google Ad account, their data is start going to present in the advertising section and then in the conversion performance report. So over here, if you see, they're going to show me both the events that I sent to the Google Ad account. Let's talk about April 2024 updates. So tailored recommendation, it is more of a user convenience update. Google constantly sends out tailored recommendation to GA4 property to ensure that you are up to date with all the elements you are utilizing on your GA4 platforms and the features at its best. If you go to the Google account, in the home section, you have this insight button over here. If you click upon this, or if you scroll down, you have this panel. Google is going to send you the essential recommendations which they think are important for your GA4 property. Salesforce data import. So now you can directly import offline data from your Salesforce platform. In order to do so, you need to have at least the editor or admin access to the property. Simply go to your simply go to the admin and under the data import, click upon create data source, and you have all the different kind of data that you can import in your GA4 property. You have the cost data, item data, user data by user ID, user data by client ID, and then you have the offline event data. Click upon this and the Salesforce button gets enabled. Select it and authenticate it, and then you can schedule it when you want to import the data into your GA4 property. If you want to have an in-depth understanding of how you can set up the Salesforce platform and integrate it with your GA4 property, you can visit their official documentation, which we have provided in the description. And here it is. So here is the official documentation and the method that you can follow to connect your GA4 property with Salesforce and import the data from there. Let's talk about the May 2024 updates. The first update is saved comparison. So Google has redesigned the comparison panel in GA4 reporting section. You can simply click upon the comparison. You can simply click on the comparison in the reporting section, and the comparison builder panel will open. Let's just wait for it to load. And here you can see that Google has already provided you predefined comparisons that you can utilize in your reports. They are more generic and basic one, but if you want to create new, you can click upon the create new one. Defines your conditions, up to 5 you can provide. Let's just say that we want to look at age that exactly matches 1824, and furthermore another conditions. And then if you have the editor access over here, you can click on save, and that these comparison is going to get saved into this table over here. One important tip, if you want to create more complex comparisons for your report, you can utilize the audiences that you create in your GA4 property, and then you utilize them as a conditions in your comparisons. So let's just say, just simply search for audience name over here, and it is going to provide you with the list of all the audiences that you can use. And if you want to look at the audiences, you can simply go to the admin, and that you have the admin section over here. Exporting and emailing GA4 report. So now you can directly export your GA4 reports to Google Sheets. So if you go to the reporting section and then under the sharing option, you have a download link. Click upon this and you have the export to Google Sheet option. It is going to send all the data from the particular report to the Google Sheets. And then another updates that we have is the send email and schedule email. Now send email is simple. You can provide a name to the report and then you add the recipient IDs over here. Up to 50 you can add. And then you can define the format in which you want to send the report as email. Another one is the schedule email. This one is just simply automating the report being sent. So you can define the frequency, the time period till it has to remain active, and the starting date of it. Time interval toggle. Along with that, now Google added new granularity option for the trend analysis scorecard. You can change the timeline chart between days, months, and year for the selected date range. Now simply you have to do is select a detailed report, and in the trend chart, you have this drop down button over here. Now click upon this and change the granularity level for the trend line. It may be the day, week, or month. Based on this, it will change the shape of trend line in the scorecard. So let's move to the latest update for this year. Those are the June 2024 updates. Now, Google has started including the last 5-minute data in the real-time report. So if you go to their real-time report in the reporting section, you have the users in the last 5 minutes. They might have an issue with the labeling right now, but as it says, show the number of users who visited your website in the last 5 minutes. Basically, these last 5 minute or last 30-minute data is essential when you are about to run a campaign on your website or you are making some essential changes over there, and you can have a minute to minute real time updates on how things are happening over there. The another update is update to the attribution model in GA4. So initially what was happening, GA4 attribution calculations, you can say, or the model was contributing the paid search conversion credit to organic search. Now they are updating it, and hopefully all the conversion credit which are associated with paid search are going to get over there. Just a high level note is due to this due to this update, you might see a increase in number of conversion attributed to the paid search. So it is essential that you review your budget caps before this update take place. Another update is key event metrics in the report. So recently Google has introduced two new key event metrics. You might remember, like we recently talked about the events, marking them as key events in your GA4 property. Now for those key events, they have introduced two new metrics under the user acquisition and traffic acquisition report. So the first one is the user key event. This is the percentage of users who triggered any key event, and then another one is the session key event. These are the percentage of sessions that resulted in any key event. So if you go to your reporting section and under the user acquisition, if you scroll down in the detailed report, you can see you have the user key event rate. And under traffic acquisition, if you scroll down, you have the session key event rate. So these are all the updates that we had from January 2024 to till June 2024, that is end of the quarter 2. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and please provide us your comments and feedbacks on how you like the video, or if we missed any of the essential updates that you might think would have been added over here. Thank you, everyone.